Hey guys, so for today's video I have a really exciting speed paint for you and I'm really eager to start talking about it and let you know what's going on and what happened, but before I begin talking about that, I wanted to say that this video is sponsored by Graphic and they actually also inspired me to paint this painting, so I'm really happy that they reached out to me. And a little bit about Graphic it's the largest unlimited download library of graphics, photos, and vectors and illustrations with more than 350,000 images. And so they just came out with a new collection of dream-inspired images with thousands of dreamlike and kind of futuristic images and all that. And so looking through those, it really inspired me to paint one of my dreams that I had when I was younger. And so if you would like to try out Graphic which I totally recommend, I've had it for more than 7 months now and it's a very useful resource, you can check out the link right at the top of my description, and that's a link to a free 7-day trial to Graphic so you can check out their dream-inspired images and download really high resolution files and try it out for yourself. I really recommend it. At least try out the free trial. So as I was looking through the dream-inspired images, it occurred to me to actually paint one of my dreams that I had when I was younger, like 6 or 7, and I had this dream over and over, and I can remember it very vividly, and so I decided to try to make a painting that was inspired by that dream. So just up front, this painting is not exactly how my dream was for a couple of reasons, and one of those reasons is that the subject of the painting is not really the subject of my dream, and that's because it included somebody who was kind of the subject of a lot of my dreams, and I didn't really want to paint them as being disrespectful to their memory, and so I just changed the subject of the dream. I just remember the feeling that it gave me, and I was trying to depict that feeling rather than exactly what I was dreaming. So I kept a lot of the elements from the original dream, just changed the character and the fact that I added some blood and stab wounds and all that and a knife, and that's just because I wanted to show what the original dream actually felt like when I was in it and the feeling it gave me, because it was sort of beautiful but at the same time unsettling, and so it's unsettling because of the person that was in the dream, so I didn't want to be disrespectful. And I just changed the subject and added the knife and all the blood to kind of show you how the dream felt for me. So I thought that having the blood, which was kind of a little bit gory, all the butterflies kind of counteracted that, and the lighting, it's sort of just supposed to be bittersweet kind of painting. I kept elements from my dream such as the bird cage and the mushrooms and the tree and the staircase and the light coming from the top and all of the little fairy lights. And so that was really fun trying to paint everything. So a little bit about the technical part of this painting. It was painted in Krita, and I used my Huion tablet, and this whole painting was so therapeutic for me because I haven't been able to properly digitally paint for about a month now. I was missing my favorite tablet, which is my Huion Gyano tablet, and so I was able to use it. It was so relaxing, and I was very happy to finally be digitally painting again. And so this painting took me around close to 20 hours to complete. I guess I started on it, and once I'd gotten over like 13 or 14 hours, I just decided I would work on all the details until I was pretty happy with the finished result. And so I kept working at it and tweaking little parts of it. And so for the references that I used for this image, most of them come from Graphic and I'll explain those in a tiny bit. The pose for herself was actually a reference picture I took of myself with my phone, just turned on the timer to 10 seconds and did the pose just because I had a super specific idea of what I wanted it to be like in my brain. So I didn't want to look online, find references, and I just decided to pose it myself. And I needed reference for the wrinkles in the dress and her arms. So I would totally recommend for you to take reference images of yourself when you're painting somebody, rather than trying to look up references online, unless you don't have a specific pose in your mind. References online are fine, I use those all the time. I'm just saying that if you have something very specific, it's much easier to just take the picture yourself and make sure everything is correct rather than having to piece together a bunch of images. So apart from the reference for herself, I used reference images for Graphic for the armchair, the tree, the butterflies, the mushrooms, and the birdcage. And all of the little fairy lights, I used a bunch of textures from graphic stock as well. So for the ground, there was the leaf texture. For a lot of the lights, I used like 4 images, and I used the overlay screen and soft lights to be able to get all the little fairy lights and the glows, and so that was very useful. Using stock images that are royalty free for this purpose is very good because you don't have to deal with any royalties, using images that are licensed, and it also gives you really high resolution images. They're like 25 megabytes each or more than that. So I would totally recommend that you try out graphic stock and their images. I use so many references for the butterflies, which I want to apologize because unfortunately when I was painting the butterflies and using all the reference images, that file did not actually record. So I don't have that part of the painting. I'm super sorry. So yeah, this painting took me a really long time to complete. I was kind of meticulous while painting it, but I'm very happy I did so. I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses finally. I started A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I was listening to music, watching a couple of shows, and it was really just a fun experience for me. I'm very happy I was finally able to sit down and paint something that kind of had some meaning for me, and it was just really therapeutic. I'm happy I did it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please check out graphic stock if you haven't done so already, and also if you'd like to buy prints of this painting, they will be available on my shop, and the link is in my description right under the link for the graphic stock free trial. So if you would like a print, please check them out. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!